Yorkshire with all the aces in the pack, calling the shots, and in the end getting what they wanted to chase 303 or 304 in a day's play. Captain's in now, who was obviously instrumental in negotiations. It's a good new ball spell, this, by both these guys, McLaren and Fidel Edwards. Swing from Berg, away from the left-hander. Yeah, the aim is to push the batsman onto the back foot. I'm reticent about playing forward, then pitch it up. Too short, get out. Punched away by Gale. And he'll pick up 4.
Yeah, too short and too wide as well, which allows Gale to cut this away with the field set. Michael Carberry, who was at cover point, has gone to gully because Will Smith, who was at gully, has gone to bat pad. I'd also consider, I know there's lots of things we're throwing out here, Fidel Edwards actually going back over the wicket to get the straighter lines now. Because even if he bowls a length delivery with bat pad in there and there's a bit of swing back in, he could get a little inside edge to him.
Well played. Pretty well bowled as well, but very well played by Gale.
Edged away for 4. I think it'll go for 4. They only wanted to chase 280. More runs. So eventually they ended up at the middle ground of 304 in 96. They thought it was far too generous and that they'd given the game. Well, some of them thought it was far too generous and they'd given the game to Yorkshire by coming up with this game at 304 needed in 96. Others, though, thought it was the only way they could get a win and they needed the win.
They seem to be blaming you, though. When I was watching them, they were putting you under the microscope down there, Charles.
They may win at Old Trafford, and that would be great for them.
Too short at that pace, in particular, rather. I think he tried to do it, perhaps looking at the crease there. Perhaps he just fell away. Not missed out by Andrew Gale. 86 for 3.
Meat and drink to Gale. This that short arm pull he executes so well. Hit down and way in front of square. Just threw him wide mid on.
Pulled away in the air for a little while, but timed well enough. Good from Gale. No, the ball is swinging, still trying to pick up any scoring opportunities. Not out the middle of the bat, but timed well enough there. Sure if that was intentional. Probably not from Gareth Berg. He doesn't have a lot of cover on the leg side. Just the boundary from the over, 96 for 3.
It's an intriguing one. Nicely played wide of mid-off and dragged back just inside the rope. The captain.
Nice shot again from Gale. Wasn't a half volley, it was more a length delivery and he just leant on it really. He'll pick up 3. So this partnership building and building, 84 now, so the end of the 37th over, 121 for 3. Gets a long way across, doesn't he, Andrew Gale? 50 for Gale. And it's a good 50 as well. This will be his 6th boundary. 50 off, 53 off 99 deliveries. And he is helping Yorkshire claw their way to this victory target of 304 to win.
Absolutely, he's played beautifully, really. He went through a difficult phase when he first came in against Fidel Edwards. Had a moment of luck a little while ago as well, where he was dropped in the slips, Liam Dawson. But apart from that, he's looked very good. He's looked solid at the crease, tried to score when he can. And along with Jack Leaning, putting his side into a pretty good position here. Partnership of 90.
Better delivery. Better length. 6 runs from there, 127 for 3.
These will be the scoring shots off Fidel Edwards, but in between there was 1 or 2 moments where test his technique and his method. Got through that, importantly. Ball has swung around and seamed around a little bit throughout the morning session.
He's also capitalised when perhaps the bowling's been a little bit too short. Very good from Gale. He decided he's not going to let Liam Dawson settle here, and with the men up, all of a sudden Hampshire under pressure, and this partnership getting better and better, up to 98 now.
That's going to go away for 4. Frustration for Hampshire, for Ryan McLaren in particular. And 50 up with this boundary.
They're ruining that drop catch, won't they now, Hampshire, with every run that Gale scores.
Sweet. Very good from Andrew Gale, who's lined the ball up beautifully all innings.
Cuts a lone figure, doesn't he, out there? But I guess right now he's a pretty happy man, especially after shots like that.
Odd place to sit, isn't it, as a coach? He's out at deep point. Way out in the stand at deep point, all on his own. There he is, Jason Gillespie. Most coaches like to sit behind the arm, see what's going on. Just alone with his thoughts, planning next season. Planning the assault on all 3 titles next season.
Full toss. It will be called a no ball as well, because it's over at waist height and it's put away. Peter Hartley signalled. He just may have just slipped out of his hand here. Cut away, and they will pick up 2. Fidel Edwards out in the deep. So 5 runs from the over, and the 200 up for Yorkshire. 200 for 3.
Across to off stump and outside. Oh, edged. And he's going to get 4, is he? He is, and I think that's his 100. So well batted, Andrew Gale. 20th first-class 100 for him, and he'll be rather pleased now he agreed to this run chase on the last day.
Yeah, he set it up, didn't he?
negotiations early on in the day, but he's been the architect of the run chase. Still a little way to go yet, 81 runs still to go, but he's had a little bit of luck, and you need that. Played really, really well. Good solid defence, look to score when he can. Perhaps a little bit streaky there, but generally played the spin very well as well.
Horrible full toss, smacked away for 4. I think Dawson's run his race here, and they've got to go with somewhere else, Hampshire, because runs are starting to leak away too quickly. Here's the shot that got Gale to 100. So let's have a look at Gale's 100. It started off this innings with Gale having to duck and dive and bob and weave a bit as Edwards gave him a severe examination, but slowly but surely he's got himself in, weathered the storm. He was dropped by Dawson. That was a very catchable chance, but since then it has been pretty impressive. As anything short, he's powered away through mid-wicket, and anything full, he's driven through the covers. 20th first-class 100, and yes, it may have been a bit streaky to get to 3 figures, but what the heck.
Clipped away very neatly by Andrew Gale. That's a good riposte to the new ball having been taken.
Short ball, wasn't it? Not really either or, that was it. Wasn't short enough to really test Gale. And he just goes deep in his crease and flicks it through that leg side past square leg umpire.
Well, he tried to sneak the ball between bat and pad earlier on this morning. This time Gale has now got his eye in and batting beautifully, new ball or not. He's taken 7 off 2 balls. Catch was the forlorn cry as the ball's whipped through mid-wicket by Gale for another 4.
Yeah, McLaren just airing leg side, and
in overdrive now, Gale just whipping everything through the leg side, full deliveries on leg stump, a meat and drink to him.
yeah, this would have been the only problem, taking the new ball, if they're going to look to just bowl full, not to bowl half volleys. This is disappointing bowling by McLaren. Full, and this is easy pickings. Nearly been at the crease for 3 hours now, Andrew Gale, 290 minutes.
To lose. In the air, catch is the cry, and it's taken. Jimmy Adams taking the catch, ends Andrew Gale's innings. It's been a really fine performance by the Yorkshire captain, but this dismissal may just breathe a little bit of hope into Hampshire.
Well, could it be for Hampshire? Could this be the wicket they need? Short delivery, and the field was set for that, wasn't it? Adams got himself into the position. You could see how Gale's head went up. Disappointment for Gale, but what an innings by the Yorkshire captain. 125 off 225 deliveries. Yorkshire 264 for 5.
Finally, Andrew Gale, the captain. Andrew, you're just going to have to hang on a second before you get that. What a day it's been. What a personal triumph for you today as well. You must be delighted.
Yeah, it's a good day. you know, fair play to Hampshire for playing ball this morning. Tough for them. But it was a good pitch, and we managed to get that big partnership, and it took the game away from them.
You held all the aces, though, in the negotiations, didn't you, really?
Yeah, we had all the cards, so, you know, this morning a little bit of negotiation, but I thought that were a fair chase. But the pitch, you know, the sun was out, the pitch was flat, and we managed to cash in.
You've got a points record now as well for this Division 1 championship. That must please you.
It does, because, you know, since we won the championship last week, we played some really poor cricket, and, you know, had the weather not come, Hampshire played all the cricket in the game, so we were lucky that way. But we've still got another game next week, and hopefully we can go above and beyond that points record.
Yeah, and no team has won 11 games in a county championship season since the restructuring, so you've got that to aim for as well.
It's a big incentive for us. The flip-flops aren't quite on yet, but the celebrations have started. But, yeah, big game for us next week. We want to make sure that we turn up.
Plenty of celebrations, no doubt, in London last week. I dare say there's going to be one or two tonight and at Headingley next week. But enjoy it all and get the trophy now from Steve Elworthy. Yorkshire then are the county champions for 2015, and Andrew Gale will join his team.
Well, Andrew Gale may not have been allowed to touch the trophy last year, but he's making up for it this year. This is the second time he's got his hands on it, and as Paul Allen was saying, you probably have a third go at it next week up at Leeds. But well done to Yorkshire. They are now level on 10 wins in a season with Surrey, Sussex, Durham, and I can't read my writing there. Who's that? Lancashire. So that can't be right. It's not Lancashire, because have they won it 10 in a season? I suppose they must have done. Anyway, well done to Yorkshire, and this was a really good win.